Okay, it's the 19th of November, 2023, and I'm joined by Mary, and we're doing the psychodynamic therapy with Mary for the next 10 minutes. Firstly, Mary, how have you been this week?
Bit down. I just don't know. I feel overtired and miserable because people are putting on me and I don't want to do what they want.
Okay. So you're a natural pleaser, aren't you? A people's pleaser.
Yeah, but I can't say no.
It's very, very difficult. In what way can't
My,
you
my,
say
my
no?
friend wants me to look after her dog Rover. I done it last year and the dog, he bit my carpet and he bit all my um, cushions, and he left the place in a terrible state. But she's asked me to do it again this year, and I said yes, but I meant no, but I couldn't say no because I
Okay,
think I might lose her friendship.
okay, but is their friendship important to you? Do you
Yeah,
feel that
because
friendships should work both?
I haven't
Yeah,
got many friends.
okay. Where do you think that stems from? Do you
I've
feel
all
like there's something going back to your childhood?
Yeah, my mum wouldn't let me have friends.
Why was that?
No one was good enough for me. She always
Okay,
said this kid was rough, or or not not not. I shouldn't be playing with them. I should be doing my homework all the time.
okay. So basically, from your early years, you've had an overbearing mother figure, your mum, in your life that has dictated to you what you can and cannot do, and obviously what friends you could have. And obviously, that's quite a bit of a defense mechanism. You find it hard to say no as a
Yeah,
result.
yeah, that's true. Um, if you said no to her, she was very overbearing and nasty, so it was easier just to do what she said,
Yeah. But that makes it really, really difficult for you.
and
You
it's
know,
sort of gone through my life.
okay. So let's think of you instead of everybody that's there for you now. Let's just put you in the middle. Because you're on one side you're pleasing all these friends, and then on the other side you're very unhappy, and I can sense the anxiety in your voice. And it was an interesting remark you made earlier about just like your background with your mum and how she was quite overbearing, if I'm rightly saying so, in the way you've worded it. Do you
Well, I
still?
was an only child, you see, and she
Okay,
didn't want me to grow up.
I see. That's a lot to put on you. Have you got kids?
Um, I was I was married, but it never worked out many years ago, and I said I'd never marry again. But recently, my friend, against my better judgment, um, took me to this club where you can meet people and have a cup of tea, and then I met this man there, and he's sort of taken over my life. I don't really want him permanently, but he's moved himself in and he's throwing his orders about, and I can't say no.
Okay, so it sounds to me that you've got a lot going on. You've got the situation with your friend on one side, and you've also got this partner on the other side, and and obviously in the middle is you, and you want to be the person that's able to say no. You want to be more assertive. I see where you're coming from, but also it goes back to your childhood. I mean, with your mum as she was towards you. sort of picking and choosing your friends, being overbearing. It has an effect because as adults, those early years exposure to that negative behavior can impact on our life as adults now in the present. So we need to look at how we can overcome this, but also I think we need to look at the situation of what's going on at home. So you want to say no to these situations, if that's my understanding.
Yeah.
What do you think you need to do to be able to do that?
And I need to be assertive, but I find it very, very hard. Um, I don't like letting people down, or I don't like to feel I've upset anybody, but
Okay,
even though in my head it's upsetting me.
okay. So there's some resistance there to saying no because of the emotional feelings that it attaches with that feeling. The trouble is though, by having those feelings, it's stopping you from actually acting on yourself, what you want. And as a result, you obviously with the anxiety and the depression, it's gradually building to the point now where you're literally twisting yourself up in knots, so to speak. So I think you need to get to a position where you can say no. I mean, how have you ever had to say no to somebody, and how do you feel?
I've never said really no to anybody. Um, I've got post COVID, and my partner doesn't understand that. He calls me lazy and stupid, and
Yeah,
but I can't help it.
no. And how does that make you feel?
Makes me feel horrible that I'm a horrible person.
Okay, so there's a lot of negativity associated with your atmosphere at home, what's going on. But I do feel that we need to look at maybe changing those perceptions of yourself, how you see yourself, and definitely being more assertive. So that sort of, it's almost, even though we're doing psychodynamic therapy, it also sort of goes towards CBT. So possibly later on, we could examine that area and explore the CBT element.
What
But I
is
am
that?
uh,
What
cognitive
is?
be- cognitive behavioral therapy. It's basically if you have like um a situation where you have a phobia or you have a difficulty, a blockage where you want to do something but you can't. So
Yeah,
CBT offers you techniques and ways to sort of ease those anxieties that you have at saying no
yeah,
and making it a little bit more easier. So taking away the anxiety associated with saying no. I mean, it's basically empowering you, but giving you those coping strategies in the long term. Is that something you'd be interested in later on?
yes, probably. It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. So let's just go back to your childhood and the relationship that you had with your mum and how difficult it was for you. Do you feel that that's had a major impact on you?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Would you like to tell us a bit more about your mum?
She would never let me go out to play. No one was good enough for me. She wanted me to go everywhere she went. Um, she was very, very bossy, and
Yeah,
if I said no, she'd smack me.
I see. So she used to use physical violence on you,
Oh yes,
and how did that make you feel?
horrible that she hated me. So if my mum hated me, then probably everybody else hates me.
Okay, but that is not the case. It's basically what you went through there. Obviously, we can't speculate what was going through your mum's mind when she was behaving in such a way towards you, an appalling way. But as a result, what that has done is that's impacted on your life. It's taken you all these years to be able to sort of talk about it. But can you see the connections between how you're feeling now and how it's associated to your childhood?
Yeah, I've never really spoke to anybody about it before, but yeah, you're right.
So should we look at maybe, setting some boundaries like next session and maybe see if we can look at ways to sort of free you from those thoughts, those negative thoughts that you have as
Yeah,
a result of your childhood. And you can, because it's fantastic in the way that you have seen the element of what's happened. You made a comparison of what happened to you in your younger years to what you are now. So
yeah,
you've come from here to here, but as adults, we're still developing, we're still growing. It's really good that you got that self-awareness, and I'm really pleased. So I think next week, what we should facilitate is maybe some dream work and, maybe identify the resistance, what you have, what you're feeling at the moment.
yeah,
See,
yeah,
see if we can help you to ease the anxiety that you have and help you as well later on with CBT. So
yeah.
I'm gonna end the session there, but how do you feel today's gone?
I feel I've got something off my chest. I feel, I feel a bit more positive with what you've told me.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm gonna let you go, but I will see you next week. We've got a plan in place, so we're gonna continue on where we've left off today. Okay, so take good care of yourself, lots of TLC, and just remember what I said, none of this is your fault. Just take your time, okay?